Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper.
Yo, it's your boy Zeta Don, and we are back at it again with another episode of Inspired Empire. Today, so we got my boy Anthony, and he wanted to come on and talk about overcoming adversity and as well like loss, right? Those are
Yeah, we can
things.
talk about whatever you want, bro.
All right, man. We'll kick it off like this. So did you grow up in Utah? Like
Nah, I grew up in Baton Rouge,
Baton
Louisiana.
Rouge?
Yeah.
Okay. What brought you to Utah?
A lot of shit. Originally my parents, or my adopted parents,
Mm-hmm.
I got adopted when I was 14.
Okay.
So around that age, that's when I lived in California, and then when I was a sophomore in high school is when I originally moved to Utah for a couple of years.
Got you.
Yeah.
And then you moved from Baton Rouge to Cali. How did that go about?
No, that shit was wild. So my biological mom was she was with her boyfriend at the time who was super abusive and stuff like that. So basically our move to California was kind of get away from him in that situation basically.
Mm-hmm.
So me, my mom, and then my 5 younger siblings, all of us got in a whip
Mm-hmm.
and drove for a week straight, damn near drove to California from Louisiana in this beat up van.
And so what was the culture shock from? Because do you even remember living in Louisiana?
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because I've lived there, not lived there, but I visited.
It's
there
definitely
quite
different.
Often. Yeah,
bro.
it's different. So
the vibe there is different.
Yeah, it's way more country out there. And
Yeah.
then you go to California. What was the culture shock?
Oh, it was a lot of people made fun of my accent.
Yeah, because what part did you live in?
I lived in California.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in South Torrance, so Redondo Beach, South
Ooh.
Torrance, that area.
See, because for me, California is a little bit too fast for me because I'm from Missouri, so it's that's way too fast. I need something way more slower. So when I moved to Utah, it was just it kind of just glued a little bit better for me. Cause
Utah's way more chill.
Yeah, it's way chill, more slow. I mean, Missouri's way fast paced as far as danger.
Is it?
Yeah, it's more fast paced. You can get in a lot of trouble there, but
Mhm.
it's slow there. You can't do a lot like you can here, if that makes sense. You can't. They don't have skating rings. They don't have damn near anything there.
No, they don't have a lot of recreational
Yeah,
activities.
so the kids there, they just get in trouble because they
some
just
hood rat
doing dumb
shit,
shit. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, you move to Cali, and then you come to Utah. What was that like?
That was the real culture shock. I feel
Mhm.
because I feel in Cali, it was the culture was different,
Mhm.
but people still for the most part acted pretty similar.
Mhm.
You know, the accents were different and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
it was still a lot of people that looked like us,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying. But
Diversity.
moving to Utah was a lot of white people.
Mhm.
You feel me?
So are you mixed or
Yeah, I'm half Mexican.
half Mexican?
Yeah, so my
and
mom's side is
African-American?
Mexican, and then my dad's side is African American.
Oh, okay. How is that? Because I got a son that's Hispanic and black, right?
Mhm.
And he's Italian. But as far as just what I'm saying, you being around either side, was there any how do you put it? Any adversity as far as trying to bond with either side?
I think it just all kind of happened naturally,
Mhm.
wanting to feel the rooted of both my African side and also my
Mhm.
Mexican side as well.
Mhm.
I know where my Mexican side of the family is actually from.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel for that aspect, I feel closer to that side.
Right.
And I feel as a lot of African Americans, we really most of us
We
really
don't
don't know exactly where we come from.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
so I feel for that part, it's been a little bit harder. But I feel me as a person, I feel more rooted to that side because it's just my personality.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it vibes better with my personality.
I feel you. Yeah,
Yeah.
because for me too, back home in Missouri, my mom's super big on the African roots, but I'm we don't know where we come from.
Where
I
we
mean,
come
I could do
from.
the ancestry kit, but I don't even know if that's
That
really
shit's
true.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It says I'm Nigerian and I'm Congo, but if you look at everybody else's shit they've done it, they all say the same
The
thing.
same
So
shit.
it's okay, that's a little weird.
The craziest part, bro, is when I've done that shit twice with two
Mhm.
different companies, and they
Mhm.
both come back inconclusive. They can't figure out where the hell I'm from.
Damn. Because it's for me, they do the track. You know how they do the map?
Yeah.
So they can track it back to slavery. They're all right, we
Yeah.
are detecting you were from this reason because you have a lot of family members here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's we don't know exactly in Africa where you're from. So
Exactly.
it's like, okay, I don't know how to connect with it. Like my mom always brings it up, like, oh, the African roots. I would like to go back, but like as far as me knowing like where my
Exactly.
lineage is, I don't fucking know. Cause like
Yeah.
even my girl's dad, he's Hispanic. He's like, oh, like where's your family from? And I didn't know how to fucking answer that question.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm from Missouri.
A
He's
lot
like,
of black people feel that way though. Like
Yeah.
it's like we don't know.
yeah, I'm like, I
like,
don't fucking know.
When people ask me where I'm from, I say Louisiana.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
that's like where my like actual roots are. Like,
Yeah.
that's where the majority of my family roots are.
right. Cause like he was just like, no. I mean, like, where does your family like
Yeah.
originate from? I'm like, I couldn't answer. It kind of fucked me up low key. I was like, it was like not embarrassed, but I was like, I felt weird.
Yeah.
Cause like they know, cause like how you said, like that side knows, cause they're from Jalisco. So it was like, well, damn, like when I do raise my kid, I won't be able to tell him like where he's from.
Where he's from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So and I've had that talk too, so I can understand that. But when you moved to Utah, cause you said you went to American Fork, right?
Yeah, I went to AF high school.
Was there any like diversity there?
I feel like I surrounded myself with a lot of diversity, but like in general at the school, hell no.
Right.
Yeah. So like, two of my best friends in high school were black.
Right.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I had a couple white friends, a couple Mexican friends. Like, I just try to like diversify my friend group as much as possible because we're the ones that like got along the most. So
Right.
it didn't really, like, I didn't really like look at it. Skin color was like who I felt the most comfortable around, you know.
Of course.
And like if that had like skin color obviously has a part in that. Like you obviously want to surround yourself with people that look like you, but
Right.
and so for the most part, I feel like I did a good job of doing that. So I didn't really like notice, like, I feel like if we all walked together in a group, I feel like that's when you notice that diversity more than not. But like in general, like I kind of just kept to myself and didn't really like care that much about that aspect of it. I didn't think much into it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I went to Cypress, so like that's like a super redneck school for one, because that's like super far west, like basically Magna, right? And there was probably like 5 black kids there, so it was like we all kind of just stuck together in our little group. And I mean, we had Polynesians, Hispanics, and stuff like that,
too. Yeah.
but like there was mostly white kids at our school, so like it was just like no diversity as much. I mean, but I was forced to get along with other kids because of football and sports and stuff. Like I wrestled, so I mean I was like the only black kid with a whole bunch of white kids. Yeah, so it was just like I was forced to, you know what I'm saying, blend in with people and get to know other people. So
I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing though.
yeah, it's not,
because
not
I
at
feel
all.
like in like today's society, you like us as black people, we have to be able to like learn how to communicate with white people in a way that they understand what we're saying.
Yeah, especially
You
in
know?
the corporate,
In a corporate world, to like be successful in that world, like you have to be able to like it's like the only passageway.
Right.
Like they will always see you different if you talk different.
Right.
Like
yeah.
if you speak their language, they will understand you a lot better. So I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing that we grew up in those type of environments because it taught us how to survive in this modern corporate white America. Like it really has.
Yeah, because like even for me, because I'm a recruiter, so like I recruit for Atlanta, right? But at the same time, I got to recruit for Utah. So like I get people on the phone all the time in Atlanta, like, man, your name sounds black, but like you sound white. I'm
White.
like, yeah, you got to talk like that out here. Like,
Yeah,
I know
you
how to
got
put the
to,
voice
bro.
on, and I know how to not like turn it off if I need to. You know, so
You
it's
got
just
to.
one of them things, especially in Utah. But with you living out here, man, what type of things did you have to overcome? As you know, what I'm saying, as far as you moving.
I feel like I just had to like kind of get along with that like white America like lifestyle, you know, like be able to like communicate with them like we just talked about, like be able to like that was probably the hardest thing for me. It's
how
like
soon
because
did you-
like right when I got to California, the first thing that everyone like every single time I talk to them is damn your accent.
Yeah, I was
damn
just
your
about to ask
accent.
you that.
So like the accent was the first thing that I got to like try to get rid of immediately.
How soon? Because mine was like quick.
No,
They got rid of my shit quick.
It took me a couple of years probably.
Did it?
It took me a couple of years because I used to
6
say
months.
axe. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
they used to
yeah.
get mad. Like people used to be like axe. I'm like, yeah, axe. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so like I had to learn how to pronunciate my words a lot more, like ask.
Like I think I came out here 6th grade, right? I had an elementary school teacher, and I had like the worst just hood accent. Like it was just bad. I wasn't pronouncing words all the way.
And they
through.
do that too. They try to get you on.
And she was like, "It's this." I'm
yeah,
like, oh,
I went
shit.
through the same
Like,
shit. Speech therapy.
Yeah,
speech
basically.
therapy.
oh no, you're not pronouncing that right. You have to say this.
Say
So
like
I was
this.
like, this lady is just really
Bugging.
not. Yeah, like
Yeah.
she's not fucking with my accent. Right now.
Yeah.
So like even the
Like,
kids
this is
like,
how I talk,
you know,
bro.
like why are you talking like that? I'm
Yeah.
like, this is how I talk. But like, if it wasn't for that, honestly, I probably wouldn't have blended in as good as like I do now. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm able to get corporate jobs. You know what I'm saying? Making good money. Because I have friends that actually come in and they try to get these same jobs. They're not getting it. And I'm like, damn, I don't understand why. Like, I'm qualified. I have this, I have that. But at the same time, the way you know what I'm saying, conduct yourself, the way you speak is a very big
It's
thing.
a very big deal,
Yeah.
especially here in Utah, bro.
Especially
Like,
in sales, like
yeah.
in general.
Yeah,
like,
in sales. Yeah,
they're
exactly. Like,
you don't want you talking like that on the
yeah,
phone. Like,
exactly.
what the hell? So it's just one of them things,
you got to
man.
be
like,
able to adapt.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. Now, with you living in Utah, you know what I'm saying, and having adversity and overcoming things from you moving, do you feel like, because I went through this too, do you feel like you moving from place to place had like a major like social effect on you as well?
Yeah, I'm a lot more social.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
'Cause,
like in elementary school I was kind of quiet.
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of like in middle school when I started like experiencing a lot more like life,
Mhm.
I got a lot more like vocal about like what I wanted and like who I wanted to be and like how to express myself.
Mm. See, it's the opposite for me because like I bounced around from like school to school in Missouri, and I moved here, and it was just like I didn't know. For one, it was a culture shock. I went from a black school to an all-white school in like a matter of months, so it was like that kind of screwed me up. I didn't know how to talk to people. There was stuff that was said. I was like, that's racist, but okay.
And, oh God.
Yeah,
and
I was
then,
like,
but
okay.
like, if you think about it, bro, most of these white people don't even know
know
it's
how to
racist.
talk. Yeah, they don't know
even
how to
know it's
talk to
racist.
people,
That's
so, like,
especially in high school.
Yeah,
Like they don't even know that shit racist.
exactly. Like it is like the stuff I would hear. I'd be like, what the
Yep, the wildest shit,
what
bro.
but like at the same
They
time,
just be chatting.
I would just think to myself, like, man, they don't know what the fuck
They don't know what they're talking about.
Like, okay, because even my mom visited just recently. She was like, man, they keep commenting on my damn hair and doing this, and they asked to touch my hair. Like,
Oh my God,
Bro,
that
it
was a
so
culture shock when
bad.
people started
Yeah.
touching my hair, bro. I was like, bro, what is you doing?
Yeah,
I
they're
still
like-
get mad at that shit.
I remember the girls doing that. I was like, man, I'm not feeling this. Like, this is
Yeah.
kind of weird. Like, still drives me insane. Like, that drives me nuts. But when you came to Utah, you adapt, and then you had told me that you also, you know what I'm saying, had suffered like a loss and everything like that. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. The beginning of this year, my sister passed away in a car accident. Sister I grew up with.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And you said it was like right before her birthday.
So yeah, me and my current girl, she had never met my sister,
Right.
and so we were on FaceTime like every single day, talking with her and my other brother about like getting a get together kind of in Houston because that's where she lived, or that's where she lived. And then about a month before we were planning on going out there and visiting her and her husband, and their newborn baby, she got in a car accident and passed away.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. And I mean, what type of effect has that had on you?
It's been hard, bro, for real. But I feel like if you surround yourself with like good people that really care about like who you are as a person and like your like own mental health, then I think it's a lot easier to deal with like hard things that, come about.
Right. So I mean, because you said you have 5 siblings, right?
Yeah, 5.
So
5
like,
younger siblings.
how many of you guys live here?
So it's just me and 2 others that live here right now. They didn't live with me growing up because we all kind of because I got adopted by my grandmother when I was 14. 2 of my other siblings got adopted by a close family friend. That's like a close family friend, and then the other 2 kind of just were kind of in and out of adoptive situations, but it never worked out, so they kind of grew out of the system. So when they turned 18, they were still foster kids.
I got you.
And one of the 2 of them was my sister that passed away a couple months ago.
Got you. I mean, just as far as, you know what I'm saying, did that put a strain on you guys' relationship all growing up?
I think for a little bit it did, because growing up, me and her were always the closest to each other, and I feel like when I got adopted, she felt like I abandoned her, because I got out of the system and she had to stay. Yeah. So I feel like for a while until about a couple years ago, she kind of had resentment towards me because of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But like, so your grandparents only took you, or,
Yeah.
and not the rest
Not
of
the
the kids?
other siblings.
Why
Yeah.
was that?
Mostly because my biological mother asked her mom to take me in
Mm,
because I had seen and been through a lot.
got you.
Because I basically was raising my other siblings my entire life,
Mm,
and so she kind of was like, basically save him
got you.
because he's been through enough basically.
Got you.
But and when I got adopted, I tried to fight for my adoptive mom, who's my biological grandmother, to adopt my other two siblings that were still in the system. But it just
Didn't
never
work
worked
out.
out. Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. So you basically get out, and your siblings. So did that put a strain on you and your sister at all?
Yeah. So like she kind of, like I said, she thought I had abandoned her and stuff like that. But actually, like a couple years ago, we sat down and had like a conversation about that situation, and it kind of got cleared up. Like we were good, and we had a really healthy, strong. That's what like hurts like the most. I feel like is because when she passed away, I feel like our relationship was the closest it had ever been.
Right.
You know, so like it hurt extra because I feel like there's a lot of time that I'd lost where I could have had that same relationship with her throughout like her teenage years as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not anybody's fault, you know what I'm saying, because you got to do what you got to do at that point. You know what I'm saying? Things happen. Like life happens, like we were just talking about earlier. When she did pass away, like when you heard about it, I mean, what were your type of feelings? Because I know obviously you felt sad, right?
Yeah, I was shook.
Yeah.
So like I was actually in bed with my girl, and for some reason like I had fallen asleep kind of earlier. Like I had taken like a nap at like 6 or 7 o'clock, and then I wake up at like 10:30, 11. I can't find my phone, and for some reason like I'm usually like chilling, like whatever, like it can be wherever it's at. I really don't care, you know, especially at night, like whatever. But for some reason I had this urge to check it, right? And so I was like, bro, where the hell's my phone? And so I'm looking everywhere for my phone, right? I finally find it, and I look at my phone, and I have like 25 missed calls, 1,000 text messages. And so I just call the first, like the number. I didn't look at any text messages or anything. I just called the first number on there. And it was my brother, Robert, and he like just like was like breaking down on the phone and like telling me what had happened and stuff like that. And I was shook. I really didn't have like any words.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to feel because like as far as siblings, like me and my siblings are pretty close, so I couldn't even imagine like the type of hurt you was feeling right there. Because yeah, man, that's tough. When you heard the news, I mean, what was the next step? Obviously, just going out there, right? Just
So basically, I got on the phone with her fiance at the time, and basically was like, when can we come out? You know. And so me and my girl basically that night or the next day booked a flight to Houston.
Yeah. So like just because I was talking to somebody about this yesterday, I was just like, you kind of got to take life for what it is, because you never know what can happen. As far as like you having any grudges or beefs with anybody, you kind of just want to sever that, because you never know what can happen to people. Whether you be in a relationship and you two have a grudge against each other, you know what I'm saying, your mom, dad, you have issues, you always just want to speak on it and just move on because you want to cherish the moments with each other, because life's short, bro. Like the older and older we get, shit is just going faster and faster and faster, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just like one of them things, like I've always, like how you're saying, I always I've had people pass but not siblings, or I still have my parents, which I'm very fortunate to have. So it's like I always try to take care of the issues first, and then like, all right, we're good, because I don't want to lose somebody and regret like, damn, I didn't get to apologize. Yeah, apologize or say
get
anything,
to tell them how much you love them and shit like that.
Yeah, so like, because I mean, obviously, like you said, you two spoke to each other, so I
know.
No,
we were FaceTiming every single night. You know, for like damn near a month until she passed away.
Damn.
You know.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry.
It's like me, her, and my other brother would just go on FaceTime and just talk for an hour.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, man, I feel you. That's like one of them tough things too, because like when you lose someone, it's like obviously it has a different effect on you, right? Some people, they break down and shut down, but like obviously with you, you know what I'm saying, you were taking it to motivate you in a way, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, with life. And I mean, like, what type of ways has that motivated you?
I feel like my childhood kind of like prepared me for like shit later on in life.
Mm.
You know, like sometimes you just gotta like learn to like roll with the punches. Like shit happens,
Right.
but like you just gotta move on.
Right.
Like learn from that experience and like move on, or like
Right.
use that hurt and like in a positive way, like twist
Mm.
that hurt around and turn it into a positive. You know.
Mm. See, and that's like, it's one of those things, because I wouldn't say it's it's difficult to hear people say that, because like it's sad to hear that a kid went through some shit to make them stronger later on, right?
Yeah.
So like, even for me, like, I experienced a lot of shit to where, same thing with you, if I did like sever a loss, I've lost a lot of people in my life, so it's like it wouldn't be as much as a shock to me.
You're prepared on how to
Yeah.
cope with the
Exactly.
loss, but the
Exactly.
pain is still there.
Yeah, so like, obviously it's gonna hurt, but like, at the same time, it's like, damn, I've been through a lot of shit. You know, I've lost people before. As where my girl, she grew up here, and if she loses somebody, she's like, she's so shocked. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For me, it's like, I mean, this is kind of life for me. You
That's
know
what I was.
saying?
That's what I was explaining to my girl Steph, like
Mhm.
around when that happened. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah,
And she was like shook by me saying that.
right.
And I'm like, look, like if you already have people that you've lost,
Mhm.
like it's not like niggas die every day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like it's not
Exactly.
like it's a big deal and it's
Mhm.
like hurtful, but it's not like
Like, you can move on from it pretty
yeah,
fast.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
Not you can't move on from it, but it's like it just you can't do anything about it. Like you just have already come to the fact that you like there's nothing you can change about
Mhm.
it. So like let's just get like the grieving on. Like I
Right.
just want to grieve and
Mhm.
try to turn that into a positive.
Yeah, because
Because if
obviously,
you just think about like all like the moments you had with her and how like
Mhm.
how you miss her and stuff like that, it'll just
Mhm.
get you down.
Yeah,
You know,
because
like
like,
turn that shit into positive.
I recently, last year, I think around this time, actually, yeah, it was around this time, I lost a cousin. He had ended up getting killed in front of his own mother. Like, he got shot in front of his own mother, him and his friends. And that was like, me and him were like this pretty much. And he lived out there, and he was doing shit that he had no business. And he would joke about stuff, because that's just how the lifestyle is out there. They're just
yeah.
like, oh yeah, man, people want to kill me. And he just
Yeah.
would laugh, you know. And we all tried to get him out the streets, but it was like, I told my girls, like, we all kind of knew this day was coming. You know, we knew what
What was about
what
to
his
happen,
fate.
yeah.
He was either gonna go to jail or he was gonna die, and I
Mhm.
think he knew that. And it was just one of them things, bro. Like, when he did die, of course I cried, but it was just like, I got over it so quick, because it's
Yeah.
like, that's kind of the life there. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced life, like, I lost my whole life, so it's kind of like, all right, well, another family member gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, for her, it was more shocking, because she was like, what the fuck? Like, you're not supposed to feel that way when someone
Yeah.
dies. It's
Yeah.
like, I feel like in the black community, unfortunately, that's how we all kind of are, because we all
Yeah.
go through that shit, you know, so, which is kind of traumatizing in a way.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like how you said, you kind of got to take it day by day and just move forward, you
Yeah.
know. But with that being said, man, you guys obviously attend the funeral, and I mean, when you see like all your siblings and stuff like that, you have to look down at your sibling. Like, what was that type of feeling?
It was hard. We actually had so we actually had her cremated because of the accident and stuff like that. She was just like not recognizable, basically. So we had to cremate her. But when we had like a representation of a casket and stuff like that, so me and the rest of my siblings kind of went into this room, this private room at the cemetery,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of just like had our own little moment together,
Mm-hmm.
and it was honestly healing
Yeah.
to be able to like all come together and be like, look, like we have all been through shit.
Mm-hmm.
We all are experiencing the exact same thing,
Right.
and we can relate to each other.
Mm.
You know, so it's like a healing feeling to know that like I'm not alone. Like my
Yeah.
other siblings are also experiencing the same thing, and I have to be there for them just as much as they're there for me, and as much as I'm there for myself. Like as
Mhm.
long as you know, my mental health matters, but so does theirs.
Right.
You know, so it's kind of like a selfless
Mhm.
experience.
And are both of your parents still alive? Like,
So I've never met my biological dad.
okay.
I only grew up with my mom's. His name's Robert. My
Mhm.
mom's boyfriend. Because I actually have a different dad than all the rest of my siblings.
Oh, okay.
All my younger siblings have their dad, and his name's Robert, and then I have a different dad. And I've never met him before, but their biological dad, Robert, was kind of like my father figure.
Mm.
growing up and stuff like that. So he's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't attend the day of the funeral. They kind of like did a big funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually didn't attend that because I just don't know how I would react to seeing their dad
Mm-hmm.
in that situation, knowing all the shit he's put, me and my siblings through,
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of did, just to not ruin the day, I kind of like
Yeah.
excluded myself from that.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of went home a little bit early.
Gotcha. But your mom is still
So
alive.
my mom is still alive. She's in and out of rehab. She's in like a California facility.
Got you.
Trying to get help. Yeah.
Man, so that's rough, man. I'm sorry to hear all that happened to you guys. So, because like I think about it too, though, because like so the way mine works is I have a little brother, right? Me and him have the same dad, and I have a sister that's not like my biological sister. Like we don't have the same mom or dad. It's through marriage. For me, like if my mom were to pass away, I always think about it, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna go through that by myself pretty much. Like I don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the only child over there. So I'm like, that low key kind of scares me. That's the only thing that's like where I'm like, damn, if she does pass, that's probably gonna break me. Like that's gonna be a little weird. But as far as, you know what I'm saying?
Moms are always special to us.
Yeah.
Bro. No matter how shitty they are to us, no matter like what they say to us, parents are always special to us.
Yeah. So it's just one of the things where I'm like, man, I dread the day that's gonna happen because I'm gonna have to go through it alone. Like obviously I got a girl, you know what I'm saying? I have a son.
But it'll still be like your
my
biological mom.
Yeah.
And like
so that's gonna be tough.
Basically the first love of your life, basically.
Exactly.
That's what they say.
Exactly, bro. So it's like at least you didn't have to go through that alone. You know what I'm saying? You got
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
like
I had
that.
some, help in knowing that like I wasn't alone in this.
Yeah, man. That's
and
dope.
my other siblings are still going through the same thing.
That's dope. And, with you, you know what I'm saying, severing that loss, when you came back, because obviously you were motivated just in life because, like you said, you know what I'm saying, you had time with her, you guys spoke every day. What type of motivation did you have, like, as far as life? Because I know me, like, when you get in that factor of, like, losing somebody, you kind of like, damn, life goes on without people, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how it really hits you. Like, like life has to go on
Mm-hmm.
because like my work not stopping for shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like these bills ain't stopping.
Exactly.
Bro. Like I still gotta pay bills every single week. Like
Mm-hmm.
like nothing's stopping just because like it's a tragedy that my sister passed away. But like life keeps going.
Yeah, because it was like for me, like I said, like when I lost my cousin, I'm like, damn, bro, like it's weird how like I have to go to work. You know what I'm saying? My cousin's dead, and like. And everything is just still going. It's like,
and in your mind, everything's different.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's not. Everything's the same.
Yeah.
And like your day-to-day life, like, doesn't really change that much.
Yeah, it doesn't change. But like for me, it kind of motivates me to like go harder in a way because it also tells me like life is short. Because obviously, like my cousin was 23. He's younger than me. So it's like, damn, anytime you could go at any time. And you know what I'm saying? I have a kid. He had 2 kids. So it's like for me, I'm like, I got to go hard while I'm still here for my generation, pretty much, like my kid who carries my name. So after he actually passed, that's when, because we were doing this podcast, and I ended up doing like a whole bunch of shit to pretty much pass generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like I got life insurance policies.
Smart.
Hell of life. I got 2 of them now, and then just 401ks, just building them higher. Like I put a higher percentage on them and everything. So it's just one of those things like, okay, if I were to
leave something behind.
Exactly. If I were to go, it's something I could leave back for him, and hopefully he does the right thing with it. Whoever's around him tells him to do the right thing with the money. So it's just one of those things for me, man. Like I felt like when you lose someone, it kind of just puts you in a different mindset. Some people, it can affect you negatively, sorry, I can't say that word. Yeah, negatively, and I feel like that's for the people that haven't experienced it as much, right?
Exactly.
But like for me, it's like I've experienced it, so it's like, okay, I got to move forward, but I need to do this just to, I don't know if it's like anxiety or what, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know if you had that feeling, but for
you
me,
you gotta realize that life is short.
Exactly.
And that like at any point of time, like it could be your day. And
Right.
when it is, I personally want to make sure that, the family that I love and care about, they're taken care of as well.
Exactly.
Like they're financially aren't going to struggle because I passed away.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man. And when your siblings and stuff, because like I said, I know that I'm probably still gonna be fucked up when my siblings do go, because that's a sibling. You know what I'm saying? You're
That
gonna
shit
have
hit
those
different.
memories. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
that's just something that's a little different. But you know, when I was growing up, I didn't really have much anyway. Like I kind of just grew up by myself for the most part until I was like 13, and then I moved with my dad, and like boom, I got a sibling like
Yeah.
out of nowhere, right? So for me, I struggled just as far as adjusting to like having siblings for a long time. So I was probably like, honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, until I was like 19. Like I was not fucking with my siblings because the age gap. It was a big ass age gap. Because like, what was the age gap for you guys?
My sister is 3 years younger than me.
So you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Oh,
So
shit.
she was 3 years younger than me, and then my brother is like a year and a half younger than her.
Because I think for me, I'm the oldest, so my little sister is 2 years younger than me, and then my little brother's like 8 years. So it's like, it's a big ass gap. So it was like for me and him, we couldn't really connect until he got older. Because when they're kids, obviously they're annoying, they be tripping. And then my little sister, me and her, just I think we both, you know what I'm saying, we had a weird situation where I knew her for a long time because I would visit in the summer, right? But then it would get to the point where like I would get jealous because my dad, right? So it was like I felt weird that they had a bond, and you know what I'm saying. So it was one of those things until we got older. It was like, oh, we just need to squash that shit. You know what I'm saying. So it's just one of the things, man, that I had to learn. But at the same time, I was just super selfish in a way because I grew up by myself.
Yeah, you grew up as
So I was just spoiled as shit. Yeah, I was spoiled as shit and just got whatever I wanted. And then I moved here. I'm like, what the fuck? I got to share everything.
For me, it was the opposite, bro. Like, my whole life, I had to share everything, bro. Like, like nothing was just mine. Like, it was always just, like, everyone's. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's toys, everyone's room. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's mattress. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, when I got adopted when I was 14, right, all of that changed. So it was like weird. It was like everything was mine.
So, but like, did you ever struggle with that though? Like, damn, like maybe I should share this, or like,
it was more like I was happy to finally be getting attention, and I also felt guilty because I didn't know what the situation was with my 2 other siblings that hadn't gotten adopted yet. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why like I try to fight for my parents to adopt them as well.
I definitely understand that, man. Because for me, even now, like I can be very selfish, right? And I don't know if it's just because of my childhood or if that's just me. Maybe
no, it's because people in general need to be selfish at times.
Yeah, because
it's
like,
important for your mental health, bro.
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
what
be selfish
I was just about
at
to
times.
say. Yeah, it's
you
like
got to.
one of them things. Because even me, like I have a kid. And I share a whole place with a girl, and I still struggle with sharing. I'm like, oh, bro, like that's my video game. Get off my video game. Like,
get off my Xbox,
yeah,
bro.
like this is my time with my Xbox. The hell off. But at the same time, like, damn, okay, maybe I need to just chill out. It's my own damn kid. Like, I get like that sometimes. So I struggle, bro. So, sorry for sniffling. I can't breathe in this. I got allergies. But with that being said, man, because you said you do sales right now, right?
Yeah, I do. I work for a commercial and personal lines insurance brokerage.
I feel you. So, like, I don't know about you, because, like, even after I did lose my cousin or anything, that's when I actually had just got my recruiting job in sales and everything like that. But even that made me, like, it motivated me to go harder than that, too, in a way. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like, after me losing somebody, because I've even lost my grandma, and it was just like, all right, that's going to motivate me to do this, do this, do this, do this. Has that like transitioned into like your job as well too?
Yeah, I feel like it has for sure.
Like what type of way?
I feel like, cause I feel like I was at a more stable company before the one I'm at right now, and I was doing good. I just didn't like love what I was doing, you know, and I feel like the money at the time was really good, but I feel like the high end like potential wasn't fully there. Gotcha. And so I feel like with the loss of my sister, my girl's grandmother passed away a couple of months ago, or like literally like probably about a month and a half after my sister passed away. My girl's grandmother passed away. And then about a month ago, or about a month and a half, 2 months ago, my sister's mom got diagnosed with cancer. So I feel like a lot of like that shit kind of transformed my thought process when it comes to me wanting to be a little bit more risky now, so that in 5-10 years, we're more financially, um, free, so that like if something were to happen in this fragile life to like me, that like my girl and her daughter is taken care of, you know.
Is your girl like supportive with that? Because I've noticed like even with
She's
me,
extremely supportive.
she is.
She's extremely.
Man.
It's different, bro.
Like-
I've never experienced that shit's
Yeah.
fire.
Like my girl,
That support is different.
I'm the risk taker, so like my girl's like, no, she's like, all right, I got to put up the safety blanket.
Yeah,
like, hold
yeah,
on,
yeah,
like
yeah.
wait a minute, like what's your plan? Like I have to tell her my plan.
Exactly,
before I make a
yep.
move, which is smart.
Well, yeah,
You know, what
that's
I'm
how
saying?
that's how Steph is
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, she's just looking out for me, but she's like, I don't know, but I'm gonna just rock with you. If you want to do it, go ahead. But like, even with the podcast, bro, she was just like, I don't know, babe. Like,
Yeah.
you're not gonna make any money on it. Like, you know how you are with money and shit. And I'm just like, I mean, it's something that I'm passionate about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
something you want to do.
I'll take a risk and spend my money and shit like that, just so you can get ahead. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We gain financially. You know what I'm saying? And I can help E right here just pretty much get ahead too with his career as far as, you know what I'm saying, doing videography or anything like that. And she just rocked with me because like even my parents, bro, they were like, how you gonna make money? Like as soon as I told them about it, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
There's so many doubters at every turn,
bro. So I've noticed people that I wouldn't say that they gave up on their dreams, maybe they did, but like people that are scared to take risks and they have like they're just big on safety, they don't get ahead.
Yeah, and they also
never
like
do.
at the end of their life, they like regret not at least taking a chance.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that's like a very common thing. I feel like that's kind of like what I've gotten most out of it. It's like at the end of my life, I don't want to look back and be like, I didn't take any chances.
Right.
Like I didn't take a risk.
Right.
You know, like
I
even
think-
if I feel like even if I fail at something, it's still like a learning experience. Like I took a risk, I learned from it, and it's gonna make me better.
Right. Yeah, that's where I'm at too. I think my biggest thing right now though is like excuses, you know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of people that I've spoke to even about like I've been to weddings, I've been to every type of event you can imagine. It's like, oh man, and they always bring up my podcast, you know what I'm saying? Cuz luckily I got a lot of people who support me. But like I've heard so many, oh man, I would do this or I would do that, and it's like it's so hard to not listen to those doubters. Like in a way, I feel like they're doubting me, but at the same time, it's like they're probably trying to help. But I know that they gave up on their stuff, so
So it's like if you think you can do it better, try
exactly.
it. Like
So
this
it's
shit
like,
harder than it looks.
exactly. So it's like everybody has an idea, bro. So it's like rough for me because it's like,
No, I like what y'all got going on though. This shit,
man, I appreciate it.
y'all doing your thing, bro.
I appreciate it, man. So it's just like one of them things for me because every day, even at work, I hear this shit every day. Man, you should do this or you should do
my
that. So
God.
it's like, I'm always like, damn, bro, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Like I get in my own head, like, am I doing something wrong where people
Nah,
are trying
bro.
to tell me what the
Keep
hell?
rocking how you
know what I'm
rocking,
saying?
bro.
So, one thing I did want to ask you, man, as far as you know what I'm saying, being a parent and, you know what I'm saying, because obviously life happens, right? Because you went through all those unfortunate events. Like, how does that affect you being a parent? Because obviously you went through some stuff in your childhood, you know what I'm saying? It does prepare you, but like,
Yeah.
how do you take those, you know what I'm saying, adversity? Like, if you go through all those things and you got to come home, right? Obviously, being you have to be a parent. You can't just put off those things, though, but you have to be a parent. Like, how does that, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like
translate?
it has helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because my girl's daughter is 7,
Right.
and so like about a week ago, actually, she came and she was like crying to me and Steph, and was talking about how she feels like she never got like basically her dad didn't love her. Her biological dad didn't love her. And so I feel like it was like in that moment, I was like, this is like why like I went through that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm able to like communicate with her and let her know that like yeah, he's not here. But like there you have a lot of people around you that love you and care for you and want to like help you become the best version of yourself.
Right.
You know? So it was like easy for me to like communicate that to her and also let her know that like she's not alone. You
Right.
know? Like I went through the same thing. Like I've never met my biological dad.
Right.
You know? And that shit like affected me growing up. Like even to this day.
Right.
You know, like you never grew out of that. But like it was I feel like it was comforting to her to know that like someone else she looks up to has been through something similar.
Right.
You
So
know?
like with my son because I would hate to say it, my son's gonna be spoiled, right? He's spoiled shit.
Those are the best kids.
And that, yeah,
bro.
it's the best, right? But like, you know what I'm saying? When you like, for me, I struggle with. I say this all the time. I struggle with because I work in a sales environment, so I struggle with turning off that sales environment when I come home. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you might know. How
I'm
that
the
feels.
same way,
and it can be toxic, bro.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. So like, I struggle. My son can't communicate fully. He talks to me, but like sometimes I'll be in a bad mood. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, come home, and I'm like, I just want to play my game. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, I feel like it's something. It's kind of a blessing because it's teaching me to have patience, which I've never had for anything. Even when I get in traffic, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
God.
Like, get me the fuck out of here. And I mean, we are about to have to wrap this up. And I kind of just wanted to know what you want people to take from this podcast.
I guess take whatever hits you, bro. Like, I feel like it's important to like know that like you're not alone, you know, like other people are going through like something similar, you know, and to like take your mental health like seriously,
right,
and to like, you know, do things that like make you happy, you know.
I respect that. I respect that. That's
and like learn from your failures, but also learn from like just tribulations that just happened to you,
right?
You know, because that shit's important.
Definitely. I definitely agree with that, man. Well, I definitely appreciate you coming on, man. I know it's been like we've been trying to get it a couple weeks.
No, yeah, you good, bro. I'm glad we're able to finally sit down and talk a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But hey, man, that's all we got for you guys this week. Hope you guys are drinking water, minding your business, and inspiring the Empire Church.